Good morning, fellow Nigerians across the globe. It's still George Onibe, as always. And so, in an effort to set the record straight, it is important we consider the challenges of Nigerians from every angle. Today, a lot of ethnic groups in Nigeria, their existence is threatened by insecurity. These are acts and action that can be seen. They are visible. But yet, we've not been able to curtail them. The excesses of these criminal-minded individuals, who in different pretense are gradually annihilating some ethnic groups. After all, a country of over 1,000 ethnic groups recognize not more than 250 or maybe 300. And so if the truth be told that we are more than 1,000, which means others that have not been recognized can easily be wiped out without trace. Why? Because we do not have enough land mass to accommodate us? No. Because some people are going to steal, and the land does not belong to them, and they do not have the judicial backing to acquire this land. And since most of them are non-state actors involving in politics, what do? They create terrorist group, just like Nnamdi Kanu did. And with this terrorist group pretending to be protecting the interests of those people, they will give it their support and backing. But this is what happened in the end. Once they are fully seated, they will come for those people. And so when you look at the issue of insecurity as we speak today, there are people being slaughtered on a daily basis. But no Nigerian has ever come out to speak why you have bandits all over the north. And now they are littering in our community. The southwest is not spared. The southeast has its own share. But of course, multiple of them in the south, and not to talk about other regions within the north. And so trying to solve this problem, you have to pay attention, elaborate on the real root cause of this problem. That is when you can be able to completely annihilate them. And now, coming back to our topic this morning, which I titled, What Every Nigerian Should Know About the 30th of May, as promulgated by Nnamdi Kanu, as declared by Nnamdi Kanu. Because there are a lot of issues that has not been discussed, but we will begin to pinpoint all of them. So much work to do, and so we just cannot leave any stone unturned. 30th of May is the day the Igbo people, the Igbo Biafra, under Nnamdi Kanu, have declared for them to be remembering those people who died because of Biafra. 30th of May 1967 or 1966 was actually the date a Biafra man known as Chukwuemeka Ojukwu declared Biafra. The declaration of Biafra was as a result that the Igbos were killed across Nigeria by the Northerners, the Hausa people. And so they have to go to their own country after destroying Nigeria. And that led to a civil war because Nigeria could not tolerate secession. This civil war lasted for 3.5 years. And within this period, people died. Men and Nigerian women, children died. Today, we are not remembering the Yoruba people who died during the Nigerian Civil War because their life is lesser. We are not remembering Hausa people who die in the name of Nigerian Civil War because their life does not matter. We are not remembering Ikwere people, Anyoma people. We are not remembering any. We don't have dates to remember those who died for Igbo Biafra, who died because of Nigeria. Only Igbo people, they are the ones that know how to remember. And so, to create a foundation of what really happened, it was the 1966 coup. A lot of things was not right in Nigeria. Everybody was ready to go their separate way. Yoruba, through Obafemi Awolowo, has clearly stated that Nigeria is like oil and water that cannot mix. It was enough reason for them to say Yoruba go. But Obafemi Awolowo was arrested, charged for sedition, and locked up in Calabar by Igbo people. And then in the north, a lot of them were demanding for Sharia law. Of course, they did not have a loud voice as they have today, because we usually thought Hausa don't have sense. I'm coming. And then you're coming to the east. The non-Igbo in the old eastern region were completely unimaginable marginalized. Ikwere lost their voice. These Ikwere Igbo people are begging now and coming. They don't have voice. Because Igbo people rather give all the power to the non-speaking Igbo that they can manipulate. That then when they are doing meeting, those people will not understand. And they relegated Ikwere people to the background. Ikwere has their own problem. The Ijaw people who were practically in charge of the whole administration in Rivers State, being superheaded by Igbo people, were still not happy. And this led to people like Adakaburu from the current day South region to begin to demand for a creation of their own country, secession, Niger Delta Republic. And then before this time, the Ambazonia, the Southern Cameroon, the Inglafo of Cameroon, reporting to Eastern region, were fed up of life. And by the Minority Report and the consultation of the colonial administration, they were handed over to Cameroon people. So Nigeria at that instance was sitting on gunpowder. So many issues to address. And then what happened later? A coup struck. They said the coup was to check political imbalance, corruption, as we were told during Biafra agitation. And they mobilized a cross-section of Nigerians and asked them, strike. They were so precise in their organization. The Yoruba man fought for it. Some Middle Belt people fought for it. A lot of South people fall for it. Some Hausa people even fall for it. But what they did not know was that this was not a mission to recover Nigeria. It was a mission to subjugate, completely oppress every Nigerian and took the power for themselves. This Igbo Biafra, Ojukwu and Agu Yoronsi. And so when they struck, they went to the north and killed everybody who was politically relevant. And there should be about 10 of them. They came to the west. This west has 5 individuals who were politically relevant on top. They killed 2, 3 ran away. But lo and behold, all the people who are politically relevant in the east of Igbo Biafra, none of them was touched. And then we had only 4 regions. And some people from the Midwestern region were part of the criminality, coming from my own side of Midwestern region, the Anyoma people. This having been said, the people who carried out this heinous crime against indigenous people in Nigeria were celebrated. All of them were being paid. They were in house arrest. They were having their girlfriend. Jolly be good. Life was good for them. The Yorubas were watching. The Hausas were watching. The victim of this war, all of them was watching. And then the Yoruba people called Agu Yoronsi. You cannot keep quiet being the head of state, military head of state. You need to consult these northern people. You need to call a consultative meeting. The same way we have been begging Nigeria, call for national confab. But that is a will that may never be. Agu Yoronsi refused. He was taking over Nigeria. Already you know the history. He removed constitution, plebiscite. He squashed us to one Nigeria because everybody was reporting to their region, which is what Tinubu is trying to reform now, if it's going to be for the genuine interest of all Nigerians. And so while he delayed, trying to pocket all Nigerians, as Igbo Biafra man that he is, Hausa people has lost patience. They have mobilized themselves and said no, they cannot kill our political elites, some of the finest of our men, and go away with it. And they struck. Igbo people were killed across the north. This is not supposed to be so. And when the Igbo people discover that the music they have been playing, they don't know the dance step. Just the same way they are playing this music now. Anyoma is Igbo, Igodomigodo is Igbo, Hakatamikata is Igbo. All this music they are playing, I know they are ready. Because when the music start playing, I hope they will be able to dance to they know the dance step. Because he who sow to the wide wind will of the wide wind reap corruption. Let's leave it at that. And when the Igbo people discover that, no, we are not match for Hausa, forget about their flimsy excuse. Ojukwu called them, come back home, a Biafra man, before they kill all of us. They will never spend time to tell you what led to the war. This war was very aggressive because they underestimated Nigeria. But of course, there are a lot of people who have interest in Nigeria. That is why most issues will not be resolved. I do not blame them. And then so many countries, truth be told, descended on the Igbo. Not that none of them were ready to form alliance with them. because of greediness of Igbo Biafra. But let's leave that aside. And so they descended on the eastern region. But during this war, a lot of Nigerians died. Those who represented this war at different flanks know the truth. Ask Yakubu Gowon, ask Tiwa Danjuma, ask Olusegun Obasanjo. At least these people are still alive. A lot of Nigerian people died. All the ethnic groups that were represented in the army died. Coming to the eastern region, a lot of eastern region people died. Ask Senator Akpabio. I'm not sure he's up to 16 years then. He should be around 6 years or thereabout. Ask him, he know what I'm saying. Many of his people died. A lot of Nigerians died. I was speaking with one Calabari man some time ago who told me what happened during the war. And he told me sincerely, because I was agitating for Biafra then. I told me, if not that you are a man I know and I respect so much, what I would have done to you, you will not believe. The man practically called out his children who serve in the military. He said, because of that event, I sent all my children to the military. He told me what they went through. And so many Calabari people died. He told me that even more than a year after the civil war ended, if they go to fish, they will see human fingernail, human parts, hair in the stomach of most of the fish they were catching in that era. A lot of Nigerians died. To cap it all, we, Midwestern region, paid dearly for it. They started massacring people from Benin, and the climax of it all was Asaba. Because most people within that axis who allowed themselves to be deceived, as they are still allowing themselves to be deceived, don't worry, may the Lord be with you. Join them. And what happened? They could not withstand the fire pressure from the Nigerian army. Achuze called Ojukwu and told him, the firepower of Nigerians is overwhelming us. We may not be able to hold them much longer. And our people are vulnerable. Let us mobilize them, gather them, so they can cross the bridge. And then you can blow the bridge. At least from the other end, we can hold them down. The moment Achuze dropped this phone call, Ojukwu gave order, they blew the bridge. You hear of Asaba massacre. Don't you hear Asaba massacre? The Igbos that died out of hunger and starvation, not by firearm. Because Nigeria later on blocked the supply of food and drugs to the east. And so over the years, malnutrition took over, leading to a disease popularly known as kwashiorkor. They couldn't hold it anymore. Nigeria was not actually shooting and killing them. They starved slowly, and a lot of people died. Even when they received aid, many of them could not survive anymore because it was all over. Their immune system has dropped, making them vulnerable to diseases. But do you know what happened in Midwestern region, Asaba to be precise? They were earned alive by live bullets, died in pain, both old and young, majority of who are men. That is the main reason why I am looking at the issue of Biafra Remembrance Day. They say is their hero and their heroine. But this is the irony of the whole thing. The Igbo Biafra have declared that they will be sit at home. And they understand it's not going to be game as usual. It will not work. Moreover, our children are still writing WAEC. So they do not have any justified reason to say this is why you must sit at home. After all, we are condemning JAMB for trying to rewrite the JAMB on the same period the children are writing. So they really don't have the morality to do that. And then all of a sudden, number one thing you must know there is that Ikwere man, who is now the leader of Ndigbo, under the umbrella of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, came out and said, please, as Ikwere man leading Igbo people, we are going to change the name. It is not going to be Biafra, Igbo Biafra Remembrance Day, 30th of May. It's going to be the remembrance of Igbo people. The remembrance of Igbo people. Now, because now that we are calling out Igbo Biafra, all of them want to disassociate from Biafra. But the only solution is to repent. Because if you don't repent, when we are done with Igbo Biafra, we will come for the name called Igbo. Because the last time I checked, where a car was a colonial district under this Nigeria, there was nobody like Igbo. Until Samuel Ajayi Crowther, Yoruba man, came. But let's go bit by bit. We don't have problem with all these things. So after all, our name was not Abo. But I'm coming. So Ikwere man now, who is the head of our Ndigbo, because they are looking for validation. They want to make their lie to become true. They now give leadership of Shushu Apes group to another ethnic group. Has told fellow Nigerians and fellow Igbo people that please, 30th of May must be considered as a Igbo Day Heroes Remembering Day to commemorate those who died during the war. But this is number one thing I want you to notice. Is it only Igbo people that die? No. Is it only Igbo people that died? Some Yoruba fought for Igbo people. Some Midwestern region fought for Igbo people. And hundreds of ethnic groups, whether against their will or deliberately, fought for Igbo people. So when are they going to do that? Asaba people, when are they going to remember Asaba massacre? Only went to blackmail Nigeria. So look at their body language. Their Heroes Remembering Day, number one. It's all about Igbo people. This is a time they plant the seed of discord and hatred in those people who say they are Igbo people. And so when they see you as a fellow Nigerian, they're looking at you with hatred. They're looking at you with vengeance. They're waiting for the right moment to strike you. Take them for granted. I'm sorry for the next generation of people. And that is why I see some people who come out and say, we declare we are Igbo. That is why I look at them miserably. Because the people who are lamenting and crying from behind closed door of abandoned property, issue that has not yet been resolved, a story that was not told. They are not remembering equally who died. How about that? It's a betrayal. Why are they not saying all the people who died? They want to remove it from Biafra now. And now it's Igbo. Use your brain. But if today we come out and say we want to remember Anyoma people, all those Asaba massacre, all those Isiago massacre, all those people massacred in Benin, raped by Igbo Biafra soldier, those money they stole from our central bank, we paid for it. How about if we organize a day and say, let us remember those our own fallen hero and heroines who died because of a war that is not of our making, because of a war that does not concern us? How about that? It is the same Igbo people that will now say, hey, they hating us, nobody died though, no this one. We will do that one day. You people should be fooling yourself. The best we can do is to learn from all of you. And I constantly pray to the Creator that as a nation, Nigeria, we do not get to a point where everybody will be fighting everybody, because that will eventually be our inevitable end. But I know if it does happen, from the ashes of this nation, the true pure breed of black Homo sapien, yet to be witnessed by humanity, they will rise from that ashes, because we have seen the hellfire itself. So now, those who died because of Biafra war, it's Igbo to remember. The rest of you, Asaba people, Isiago people, all of you died for nothing. Ikuri, Akwa Ibom, all of you who died for Biafra, you died for nothing. Not just the era of the Civil War, because that did not stop the dying of Igbo people or Nigerian people in the name of Biafra. They're making it as if only Igbo people die. The Igbo Biafra people. And they are going to use it to disturb Nigeria. Ordinarily, they will say, sit at home. You must sit at home. Number two, not considering that this Nigeria belongs to all of us. They will tell you there is a sit at home in the southeast. The same madness they are trying to bring to south. And everybody is looking at them. Because somewhere along the line, they are majority inside one Nigeria. Number two things I want you to observe there. Each time they are talking about heroes and heroine and heroe and heroa Remembrance Day, you should be able to know the nature of people who died. Which of them are they remembering? The one they lead to their deaths? You saw the video I posted yesterday. That was Nnamdi Kanu when he introduced unknown gunmen. They went to Imo State, raided most of the Igwe they have, and then what did they do? They beat these elderly men. Most of them lost their life. If not for the intervention of the army, none of them would have survived. They even castrated one of the monarch. Most of you must have forgotten. They died because they were against Biafra. So Igbo people, which one are you remembering? The one you killed because they did not join Biafra, or the one you killed because they foolishly follow you to do Biafra? Because these are different people. Are you remembering the collateral damage, those who died for what they did not know? Because I remember my mother practically told me that throughout the 3 years of war, she was trapped in Ibadan because she couldn't come back home. There was unrest in the Midwestern region because that was the first place Igbo Biafra conquered. And so if she had died in Ibadan, being cut off from all her relatives within those periods of war, are you remembering those ones who are collateral damage? people who are in the same region with you and the war you brought came upon them, please, in your broadcast, in your brainwashing your people, in your deceiving fellow Igbo, let them know the category of Igbo people that die, people you are remembering in the Igbo Biafra. It's unfair. You can't come on, Nigeria kill us, they gave us 10 pounds, they did this one, they did this one. What did you do to Nigeria? Igbo Biafra people. I want you, the number two thing I want you to know is that it is Igbo Biafra. Which of the category are they actually remembering? Because it's important to us. We are still Nigeria. Is it the ones that fought with Nigeria and died in the battlefield as true soldiers? Is it the one you are remembering? Is it the unknown gunmen who you use and dump? Some of them resisted you and you killed them? Is it the collateral damage? The ones who were on their own and you brought war upon them because they are in the same region with you? Which one are you remembering? Or is it the Nigerians who work very hard to secure this country that you, the same set of Biafra, are trying to be president? Which one are we remembering? You people stop deceiving yourself. Because all you are trying to do is to constantly open the old wound. It will never heal. The wound is in your leg. The more you open it, the more you will decay. And the more you gather pus, that is the end of it. Each time you say, oh, Igbo Remembrance Day, we are remembering people in Nigeria killed. The only thing you are doing is poisoning the heart of the next generation of your people. And then you are making us to be sensitive, articulated, and we are watching you. Crocodile. Have you seen crocodile? They pretend as if they are not looking at you. The slightest mistake, it takes the grace of God for you to survive the first attack of an alligator. So use your sense. To you, it's a way to identify in your miserable. This is what Nigerians did to us. It should not have happened. They poisoned us. They killed us. No. Which one are you remembering? Because the last time I checked, it was Midwestern region that bear the brunt of this war. And that is more reason we're calling our people. There is need for us to come back together. Because already, as you can see, they have distracted us. Some people believe it's Bini affair. Some people believe it is Isha on your own. Some are looking at Igodomigodo dynasty. Some are looking at Akatami Katak dynasty. Some are looking at Ikwere kingdom of Igbo. Some are looking at Anyoma kingdom of Igbo. All of you are distracted. Ijo of Igbo, Urobo of Igbo, all of Biafra, all of you are distracted. And I tell you, if anything goes wrong, we will be the collateral damage as you have been before. And finally, let's look at the third point there you need to consider. The Igbo Remembrance Day. What really gave room to the death of these people? The ones Nnamdi Kanu killed, what about them? Because it's not come, oh, let's remember the one. Please, during the Remembrance Day, tell Nigerians the things that happen. Imagine Hausa wake up one day and say, we want to remember all the Hausa killed in 1966. If Hausa were singing it every day, all the people Juku Anagu Yorunsi killed, Turun Igboku, with Chuku Manzogo, all of them with Achuzia Nwatuegun, all of them, Hausa want to be remembering it. You think any Igbo man will live not? You think the military will be able to withhold them? Understand your Igbo Remembrance Day is just an insult to the intelligence of all Nigerians. But truth be told, people die. Go and do your Remembrance Day quietly. The same way we in Anyoma remember those days quietly. In a day like that, we go to the church, maybe Catholic church, maybe Anglican church. We observe, give them a moment of quietness. We remember them. We don't need to disturb anybody. Your voice would have been louder than this your shenanigans. No, imagine, we go and book mass, church service. I said, on this very day, as our sons and daughters were massacred, a crime they never committed, a situation they never orchestrated, for trouble they know nothing about. And all of us will sit in the church and we observe a moment of silence. Already the blood of every Nigerian killed a Nigerian by Nigerian because of Nigeria issue they know nothing about, all of them cried against us. And if you think because you are Igbo, they kill us. The blood of Igbo people crying against Igbo people, most especially this one that say they are Biafra, is more than the one that is crying in your support. But you don't understand. Let me explain. Somewhere along the line, Nnamdi Kanu was attacking Asari, calling him Creek Pig, calling him all sorts of names. That Asari stole his money, 20 million. Even though he was in the prison, he's a millionaire. Asari still steal 20 million with us. That may begin to make us ask questions. How can a Baba have 20 million in the UK? How did a Baba, a common Baba, Nnamdi Kanu, who couldn't finish secondary school, become this powerful man that decide who live and who die? But that is not the area I'm saying. Then the Igbo Biafra social media warrior were very powerful. When they descend on you, you will have typhoid fever, instanta, without cure. Asari Dokubo was beaten, but he's a brave man, he's a bold man in his own capacity. And Asari Dokubo came and said, he broadcast to Nnamdi Kanu, I still have them. And he said to Nnamdi Kanu, you see why I'm keeping you quiet? I'm giving you 5 years from now. 90% of those your boys, all of them will turn against you. This was a prophetic declaration by Asari Dokubo without knowing. If Asari Dokubo is listening, let him go back to that broker. He practically told Nnamdi Kanu that I'm giving you a particular period of year. Before that time, all these your boys will turn against you. And that was because everybody from Tony Nadi of Ninas and Lower Niger Delta, from Bilia human rights to Biafra IPOB woman, from Rita Nebogo to Uche Mefo, from everybody that knows Nnamdi Kanu, associate with Nnamdi Kanu, he has betrayed all of them. And they were gradually turning out. I should say, about 25% of Asari boys are Igbo boys, most of which were delivered from unknown gunmen, most of which were delivered from the claws of Nnamdi Kanu. So you Igbo Biafra people has killed your own more than anybody have done. So which one are you remembering? Have I not told you how many times Benjamin Madubugu will tell us and then Nnamdi Kanu go and do protest? So you have evidence to show Amnesty International, and I no get sense. The oath we take will judge all of you. I pity for all of you. Very unfortunate. And so when you come out now, you want to dish lie and cause a hatred again. Yoruba do this because in the radio Biafra they will be talking nonsense. All of us will talk on that very day. Are they killing the Igbo? Are they take us 10 pounds? But let me tell you the truth. Do you know that as we speak today, there are a group of Igbo Biafra people who has opened a bank account where those of them who are part of this program are contributing 20 pounds. The purpose of that 20 pounds is that they will continue to contribute the money. The account is in the USA, from which one day they will use that money to fight Nigeria. That money will serve as a remembrance to that thing they gave to them. And in case you think of, let's take up this guy legally, be prepared that legally. Because I'm sure most of you still remember, let me leave it at that. But you know what I'm talking. So when I say South people, Anyama people, Benin people, Bende people, Akwa Ibom people, we need to come together. There are things you don't know, you need to know. And there are preparations we need to make in case of eventuality. You think they're on social media talking rubbish, they will soon be here to discredit me. That, he's a thief, he's hungry, he's illiterate, he's in an uncompleted building. From this uncompleted building, I will hold all of you. Don't worry. So as we speak, they are still planning against Nigeria across the globe. No. Who does that? You killed more of your people and you blame it on other people. Is it the 10 pounds? Ojukwu went, withdrew all the money in the eastern region because they have their central bank. He invaded Midwestern region. He robbed our central bank. All the Nigerian currency with them. They could do. In fact, this is what happened when they robbed the Midwestern region central bank. They controlled the eastern region already. They had so much money. That was what they planned to buy ammunition from. But this is where they fail. And that is why we are telling them, because we love them. Any move, negative move they make, they will fail. And let us pray they will survive it. Nigeria immediately changed currency. And so the money became useless. And meanwhile, when they stole the money, they collected money from Igbo people. Bring your money, bring your money. They went to photo printing press, cyber cafe, and print Igbo Biafra money and exchange it. Now Nigeria has changed currency. The photocopy paper they call Biafran pounds. It's not a legal tender. And so Igbo people were starved, cut off. Financially, they become handicapped. Increase the hunger. Igbo people don't remember that deal. That some of them died of heart attack. Some of them died of hunger. Not because they didn't have resources to save themselves. Because Ojukwu and his Biafra people collected their money. So which one are we remembering? And you think the blood of those people who now no one led to their deaths will be smiling with you? When you are doing that, you're useless. You are deceiving yourself. And so if we want to talk history, we should create an atmosphere that will enable everybody to take their fall when necessary. That is why when I talk of issue of Anyama people, I use wisdom. In our Anyama defense, I will tell them, if I tell you what I know as Agbo man, two things will be involved. You'll be afraid of me, or you will see me as your enemy. But be rest assured that all that glitters is not good. There are things that we are not supposed to say. It may bring you down, lower you. It may be like insult to you. But it is better we go back home, begin to ask our father sensitive question. Because if you don't know this truth, you don't know this truth. Let me digress and tell you one little thing. I grew up in a very large family. And I have brothers who are older than me. And ordinarily, they were adopted by my father. They answer my father's name. We all went to school. I grew up thinking that they are my biological brother from the same father. But not my brother still till tomorrow morning. But truth set all of us free. And every Christmas celebration day, my father will buy new clothes for all of them. He will give me his old shoe. That one they call father and son, or buka buka, if you are old school. Those shoes, the heel is like this. And I was not happy with it because the shoes are even bigger than me. He will take a piece of paper and chuck it inside. This thing continued. And maybe 3 years later, he repeated the same thing. He bought new for everybody. And when he gave me that puka puka shoe, I just went inside and started crying. He came to meet me. He said, "Why are you crying?" I couldn't hold it back anymore. I said, "Why are you doing this? Every year you buy new clothes for people, you will give me your old clothes. It's better I don't wear." My father hugged me. He picked me up as a child that I am. He took me into his bed. I still see that feeling. I understand every single thing that happened in every second. He dropped me on his bed. I still know how that bed looked. I still remember the bedspread. I still remember how many fly, whatever was happening. I remember that moment. Just like part of my beating heart. And he said to me, "Son, now I know you are a man. You see all these big people, they are not my children. They were adopted. If I show you love more than them, you will not be safe. You are my first son. I don't want them to pay attention to you." He opened his wardrobe and said, "See all these clothes? They are mine. And eventually they belong to you. So I don't want them to put eye on you until you can defend yourself." And I understand. Jacob was not as wise as my father. Or maybe my father learned from Jacob. Because if God was not involved, coat of many colors would have killed Joseph. And then I understood. And I grew up not wearing new Christmas clothes. I grew up not having new Christmas shoe. And then one day, those people actually discovered that my father was not their father. You know, there will be reaction. They all start trusting their father. But now it looks like, so all this family wealth is coming to this guy. I become a threat. They are still alive. They may be listening to these broadcasts. But I mean them no harm. But I want Igbo people and every Nigerian to learn from them. An issue broke out that led to going to police station. Between my sister and one of those, my brother. And they were dragging property. But the truth is, they never knew I knew. And when I went there because of my younger sister, the DPO at that police station said, "This matter, what do you have to say?" I look at that, my brother. He's still my elder brother till tomorrow morning. And I said to him, "That building you are dragging, that it belongs to you. Do you know the name of the person on the land and the building document?" The man was shocked. I said, "I know you are with the document. And I know you know that that building belongs to my father. And I know you already know who your father is." They were shocked. They never knew I knew. He made them to fidget. He made them to feel bad. And for a while, everybody left. But each time, they begin to wonder, how could this boy have known all these things? And yet he kept it within himself. It was not necessary. My father did not give me this information, so I go harassing them. Today, we are one united family more than you can imagine. Everybody respect themselves. And I told them, the will of our parents will prevail. We are family forever and ever, except you don't want to be. And then go to your father's home. After all, they all have inheritance in their father's house. And now it takes a bit of maturity, discipline, and proper guidance for my father for me to be able to manage this situation. Most of you, your fathers are lying to you. Most of you, you have insulted your father, disgraced your father. Imagine Igbo people beating their king, cutting off their prick. Those people will tell you the secret. So which one are you remembering? Your hopelessness? What are you remembering? The ones you killed? What are you remembering? The number you betrayed? The people you sabotage? You are making mistake. We must grow to the level of maturity. When you're remembering those who died for a particular cause, you remember them as, "Oh, this should not have happened." Don't you see Nigeria? Learn from the zoo you call Nigeria now. Don't you see them? Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Did you see anybody telling you why they must remember the armed forces in Nigeria? Because it would have been convenient for them to say, how Igbo people now kill Hausa, we cannot forget Amadu Bello, neither will we forget Tafawa Balewa. They would have been thinking about it. When we do Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Nigeria, most of Nigerian children don't even know why they are doing that. Igbo Biafra people, all of you are dancing naked in the marketplace, and we already know the truth. This is where I bring the broadcast to an end. The purpose is to remind you that our mind is there. So your brain should also be there. We are watching you. They are issuing press communique. I to be declared as it sit at home. I thought Igodomi is Biafra. It's a back and not Biafra. And then all of a sudden, Ikwere man, who is now the leader of Ndibu, now came out and issue press communique. Press communique. You can no longer call it Igbo Biafran Day, but we call it Igbo Remembrance Heroes Day. Who they deceive? Ebaki is Igbo now. Come and add Ebaki. Ikwere is Igbo. Anyoma is Igbo. All of us are Igbo. Come, let us go and remember Ndi. Have you mentioned about us? Have you remembered those who died for us? Philip Effiong died miserably, poor and wretched man, only lived by the mercy that his children were taken out of Nigeria before calamity struck. Did you people hear Ojukwu visit Philip Effiong till Philip Effiong die? Did you people see Ojukwu go to visit his comrade? Because when they compromise, one thing they don't know is that some of us, our value does not give room to compromising. If you are in, you are in. If we are not in, we get out. Ordinarily, most of you would never know I existed. Because when I was in IPOB, nobody sees my face. You only hear my name. I told them, allow me to go. They said no, they will destroy me. But it's not possible for them because I am their destiny and I am their doom. And now, as karma, I am giving back them what they ordered for. One of them was my in-boss, Igbo man, trying to colonize me. Yeah, you know, I'm Ikwere man. I saw what you preach, and you now say that we are Bini people. How is it that? Because it's better we belong to Igbo who are bigger than to belong to Bini who are smaller. I allow him to talk. For hours, he was colonizing me, brainwashing me, psychologically reprogramming me. I'm looking at him. He didn't know that I'm a cement bag. Nothing goes in, nothing comes back. We go nowhere. And when he's done with his Ohoro, he was speaking Ohoro. I said, yes, you are right. Based on what you pointed out and what you pointed out, this is my point. Based on this, by the time I begin to hit him, he took me to academic level to prove he has capacity. I said, as Ikwere man, who is the first Ikwere graduate? He didn't know. Who is the first Ikwere man to be police? He didn't know. But he want to tell me the history of Agbo people, Mbiushi. This is where I will bring it to an end. But of course, let's go to the comment section, receive insult, because the only thing they occupy their brain now is how to sell fake drug, do olosho human trafficking, organ trafficking, constitute nuisance like kidnapper, unknown gunmen, ESM, and then they lie, propaganda, they distort history, they insult. There is nothing they can do in their brain, nothing there. And then they are crippled by arrogancy, nothing more. So let's go to the comment section. If any of them is here, you will see them. They are remembering the people they killed themselves. Blame it on Obasanjo. Blame it on Buhari. No, blame it on my father, Yushi. I see Bright Obazi. I greet you. Good morning from here. I see Showore. Good morning. I greet all of you. Vivian. You say you're doing a great job. I greet you, Vivian. I see Chukwemeka George. We what was the any day, meme sit at home? We remember when Biafra day. We say we change it from Igbo to Biafra. When you can you read social media? All those people born in our village impersonating us. Your time will come. Don't worry. Let's see. I love insult. I see Obaru, my brother. He say, George, it's not the Ikwere man that made the announcement. Rather, it is a no. Miri Obaru. Leader is responsible. My father once told me that my mistake as a child is his failure as a father. Who is the leader of Aneze Ndigbo? If the leader has said to the person you called now, Isi Guzoro, Atoro Isi Guzoro, if the leader has, Isi Guzoro should be the Aneze Ndigbo youth wing leader. So if they have the overall leader, who is Ikwere man, he could overrule every announcement. He has the capacity to say, withdraw that communique. You want to blame Peking where Papa did? So I know what I'm saying. Or are you telling me now that Isi Guzoro have power more than Ikwere man that is in charge of affairs of Ndigbo? Because I was African rep, but just if audio African rep, I was controlled by people who are not up to me in any capacity. But you people didn't know because I didn't say it. So irrespective of the fact that I stand to be corrected, I still know what I'm saying. Isi Guzoro cannot, as a wing leader of Ohaneze Ndigbo, cannot tell the overall leader, who is Ikweremah, what to do. But they are using him to achieve a aim, which they have already achieved. And what is that aim? They thought they can be able to influence the messages on social media. So by now, Ikwere people, they don't have sense. Then Wike will not say, oh, I am Igbo. When it comes to the issue of Igbo, it cannot be overemphasized. When when the Igbo, it was Ampu Ndoshi. You don't consider your values were not the same. If at all similarity in culture and tradition, you don't see them carry wolf, go do cycled entertainment. But they use dog. They use dog. As I'm talking to you now, if I call my dogs now, about 4 will come in here. Play with them as I want. Go and try with wolf. It's okay. I see Isiago village also. Yes, I said it. They don't even know about Isiago because they are focusing on Asaba. Asaba massacre. Asaba massacre. They don't know what happened to Isiago community. But we are not saying it because it's not going to bring unity. It's not going to make things better. But we will not make the same mistake. I see part there. Say keep up the good work. But we have not even started. They will come later on. I think somebody there was telling me that I'm hungry. And I'm hungry. It's okay. But I will not eat my fellow brothers. Because where I come from, we are not cannibals. Of course, this having been said, share it to Igbo people before they start disgracing themselves. We are remembering hero. Tell us the one you are remembering. Is it Isiago people? Is it Asaba people? Is it the one you people killed by hunger and starvation? Is it the one you people led to a war that is not of their making? Is it the ones that are collateral damage? Is it the one that died from the Nigerian wings? Is it because of the Yoruba people that were killed in the Igbo coup? Is it the Hausa people that were... Which one are you remembering? Because somebody who is crazy is telling somebody who is mad. Who match up us? No, say then are you mad before you say, are you crazy? If they tell you, say, are you crazy? Your own don't finish. Mad person can be cured. Person where they hungry, one chop who the hungry person. How possible it is? That thing will not say we know. No be our style. But if we follow now, we no go survive. And before you know, it will be too late. The next thing you will say, oh, it is America that is helping Anyama people to resist us. It is Nigeria that is helping them to fight us. Oh, USA and China, and if not, we will do them like this. We will do them like this. I just want to tell you that our mind is there. We are watching you. Tomorrow we'll continue on the path of our unity. What a shame. Drop your insult on the comment section. I will attend to it later on. But for you, you are from the South. Understand I'm not a content creator. I'm not here to entertain anybody. I'm not looking for validation. And certainly, I am not here to patronize anybody. Somewhere along the line, the weight, the burden of the nation is laid on somebody's shoulder. And in most cases, those who are called does not have what it takes. And that is because God will not create a God in his place. I have a lot of inabilities. And not until the number is fulfilled, there are very little I can do. And so each time I see you are interested in, first of all, checkmating and rewriting the first information about our history on the search engine, inbox me. Talk to me. You know the truth already. You know what they are doing already. It's not everything we are going to say here. Somewhere along the line, we need to congregate around ourselves. And for the first time, be the author of our destiny. Be in control of what happened in our place, as they are in control of what happens in their place.